morning finds us with Andro.
How about it?
What do you got? Ruffles there? Yeah. Breakfast of Champions. Nice work. Trev?
What?
What are you doing?
Packing some snacks.
Packing some snacks.
Yeah. I don't know how many calories per ounce these are, but I would say pretty high level stuff here.
Solid?
Yeah.
Okay.
7 ounces. We got 140 times 5. I mean, that's not bad.
That's backcountry food right there.
No.
And then what else we got? Oh,
There's
yeah.
strawberry flavors.
Good.
Well, this is for on the ride back.
Yeah.
Or maybe there if I
Yeah.
get hungry.
Real health nut, that one. Real health nut.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's already, baby bear's already in the pickup.
I'm in the truck, Trent. What are you doing?
Yeah, yeah,
Wheels up in what? 5 minutes ago?
yeah. Time to go here.
Good morning, everybody. We're back at the spot, the secret spot. I don't know, it's not that secret, let's be honest, but yesterday I tagged out with the help of these guys. Today, we're gonna do it all again. We got B-Mac and Casey up. We got 4 days left to kill 2 bulls. So, pretty excited about what today might hold. First thing we have to do though is climb a mountain. So we're here early. We woke up at 4:30 this morning. We're gonna start hiking, get the blood pumping, and getting the blood pumping, and then hopefully spotting and hearing some bulls here real soon. So cannot wait for daylight.
Good morning. We are back in a similar spot as we were yesterday with our successful hunt where Trevor punched his tag. I'm gonna change up stuff just a little bit. I'm gonna go double shooter, so I'll be shooter number 1. Casey will be shooter number 2. Trevor's gonna be calling and decoying. Trent's gonna be running the camera. We're just hoping for one more opportunity like we had yesterday where we can get a bull to commit, to get excited, to come into a shooting lane. So I'm excited about our opportunity today. It should be fun.
Excited to say the least. Yesterday we had quite a few bulls in here. They're satellite bulls, but I don't know, we think that there's a bigger herd somewhere with the herd bull, and these satellites are kind of roaming around trying to look for a cow. Yesterday it worked really good to set up and put some decoys out. We called in an elk from 700 yards yesterday, and I shot it. So that's gonna be the program today. We're gonna stick to, you know, the way that we try to find and call in elk. See if it pans out. Really excited for B-Mac and Casey today. They worked really hard this last week to try to help me. I'm gonna do the same to try to help them. Today is gonna be a good day. Morning, we found a bull. Now we hurry up and wait. It's so pretty up here, man. All these mountains and flats and little tiny cedar brush and stuff. It's just, oh man. Being out here, being anywhere this time of year at daylight, get to hear a bugle here or a chuckle or something. There's nothing like it, guys. If I can encourage you at all throughout this whole project to do anything, it's to get out, enjoy your public lands, and do exactly what we're doing. Anybody can come here. Anybody can do this. Not here. That's right. Sorry. Let me help try now. Not anybody can come right here. Okay. But there are a lot of other places that you can go. Okay, go ahead. As was rudely interrupted. Anybody can do this. So, guys, get out next year. If you live out east, buy a tag to go come on elk. I've always said buy tags, not gear. You don't have to have the best gear. You don't have to have the coolest, highest priced crap out there. You just have to go do it, experience it. And then once you do, I guarantee you won't be let down and you won't be discouraged. It'll be awesome. So that would be my advice this morning right before we kill an elk is get out there and do this.
Coming up, maybe.
Okay, guys, this is it. Dear Lord, thank you for getting us to where we are now. We really, really want to give you thanks for Trevor's bull yesterday. That was, we had a great time together, and it was just awesome. Thank you that we're still safe. Please be with our families at home, and if success is in our future today, that'd be awesome. But we just want to thank you for the time together with friends and the camaraderie that we have. We love you. Keep us safe, and help us to get this thing. Amen.
Amen. Me?
Let's do it, dude. Can I get some face paint? Yeah, face paint. You can do it. Okay. Hi, I'm Casey from Mosh. And we're here. Yes. Praying on the mountain. We've got the herd spotted out in the wide open flat. This happens out here quite a bit. That's how I shot my bull out here last year. They just went out and bedded in the sagebrush, but there's one big bull and 9 cows. And we thought they would work their way up here, but they didn't. They just bedded down out there, so putting a plan together, B-Mac's gonna go stick that big bull. But there's just not a lot of topography, not a lot of cover, but sage, but I think it can happen for sure. So I'm gonna stay up here. I've got my bow today. I'm gonna stay up here. And if he bumps them, hopefully they come this way and we can get in front of him. But I think Brian's gonna kill this bull. Really good shot at it. He better kill this bull.
Does anybody want any Doritos? When you're in the backcountry, just a bag of Doritos seems a luxury. I mean, super clutch.
You wanted to pull us out for so long while you were doing your talk. Just like,
I was trying to get him out quiet as I could. Well, I put him in there. The only reason I sat him, I came over, I'm like, man, I want just like a cushy seat. I sat there and I'm like, whoops.
Oh boy. Well, we got a tough stock ahead, I think, but I think B-Mac's up for the task. Look at him. He looks real wiry. Stealthy.
nimble.
Real
nimble. Do I look nimble?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, I feel pretty nimble.
I smelled your boots yesterday. You are scent free.
I'm scent free. These are my quiet stock too.
He's good.
I'm worried about this person.
We're sending the smallest guy and the biggest guy in the group together to go stalk on an elk that's in the middle of a flat football field. I think it'll work.
I can't wait to see the girl with all that stuff on there.
I'm so nimble. I am so nimble.
You don't have to choose.
Everyone always does that.
Every time. Oh yeah. Church mouse style.
Real stealthy.
Real crazy.
You guys gonna paint up?
Oh yeah.
I will. Believe it.
These guys.
Okay. We're gonna sit here and glass. Do a lot of work right now. They just took off to go after them, and the elk just stood up on their feet. I don't know what they're gonna do, so I'm gonna text B-Mac, Trent, Casey.
They're up, but they're not gonna go far. And if they do, we can watch them for miles. I think they're just gonna mill around a little bit and bed back down, but I have a good feeling about this.
Okay. B-Mac and I are headed to get in position. We've got about a mile, probably a mile hike. And then we're gonna start sneaking. So this is gonna be a good stalk. Wish us luck. We're sneaking down this ditch line. And we're maybe within a little over a quarter mile of the bull. Kind of cool.
All right, we've made it to kind of our staging ground on this stalk of a herd. It's going to be a tough challenge. There's a lot. I think there's 9 or 10 cows and then the bull. But I always try to break up a stalk into sections. So I want to get to section number 1 safe. Then I can proceed to number 2 and number 3, and however many end up happening before I actually get an opportunity at the elk. So we're going to drop our pack here. We're going to paint up, face paint, and then sneak up to this corner of fencing, kind of jaunt out, and really just, when you're up on a hill and you're looking out on some of this country, any country for that matter, it always looks so different when you get out there. So we put a mark, dropped a waypoint on the Onyx map app of where we think the elk are, and that'll help us kind of use as a reference as we start getting closer to them. But we're really hoping for some topography. We're in this little creek wash right now. Anything like that would be really beneficial. The sagebrush is pretty mature down here, but we have no idea what it's going to look like until we get over there. So just going to try to take our time. The elk don't appear to be nervous or looking like they're going to move at all. So far the wind is cooperating and the sun's at our back. So we got a couple pluses, but ultimately the elk have some pluses too. They're bedded in several directions like they always do, so they've got kind of all their angles covered. And then they're just out in this country that's real flat. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be fun one way or another. Whether or not I get an opportunity to shoot at this bull or not is one thing. But we're always up for a good challenge, and when you do these kind of stalks, you can really learn a lot about your own capabilities and, you know, any learning experience, or what these guys at Born and Raised called getting a win. This would be a win today. Regardless if a shot gets fired, it's a win. So that's what we're playing for. Time to paint up. Closer. We'll start slowing down now.
Okay.
Guys, we've made it successfully to checkpoint number 2. So far the wind's still good, and we've been really lucky. This wash is basically on the same path the elk are, 400 or 500 yards away. We're going to try to get up there and see if we can glass them and just find where they're staged. I think the bull is up to the south, but need to verify that. I'm going to start slowing down now. Just about to the next fence line, which will get us real close. We'll reevaluate there. I see antler tines.
You do?
Yeah. We got tines bedded.
I think we're just gonna start crawling from here. And this is new for me. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it's exciting. I'm gonna try to film the crawling part, but I just don't want to get this camera. I took the tripod off so that I can just creep along. So what we're doing now is crawling.
This part's gonna suck real bad because we're not even really close. I mean, hundreds of yards away, but all we have is time and distance. So here we go.
There's a coyote coming at those elk right now. He's walking right towards them.
There's 4 coyotes that are like, I don't know if they're hunting the elk or what they're doing, but they're getting close. I think that's what made them stand up the first time, but I don't think it'll bother them too bad. Another 20-30 minutes, this could go down. Well, guys, this stalk keeps getting longer. The elk got up out of their bed and moved. And I just spotted a cow. So I got a bead on where they're at, but there's just not a lot of cover. We crawled on our hands and knees for probably 450 yards. Got underneath the fence. They were only about 80 yards off the fence, and now they're way gone. So we are continuing the stalk. We left our packs quite a ways back with all of our water and food. It's starting to get warm, but if they can just stay put in their bed, we got a good wind. The sun is still at our back. I mean, it's possible for sure, so we shall see how it goes.
Tactics have changed a little bit. We are rambushing now. Repeat, we are rambushing. See him?
It's ridiculous. We started at 8:45 and it's 11:15 right now. And we haven't really stopped moving more than like a minute to take a quick rest. But these elk he's just pushing them. I have no idea where they're going. They got to bed again soon.
Do you see the bull?
He's trailing by about 30 yards.
Okay.
That's crazy.
And we're back on the move.
If we can get him to stop, we have a really good opportunity to get an arrow in him. Guys, I think the play here, we gained a ton of ground. I mean, we were sprinting. We've walked, crawl, sprinted, but we're within 110, 115 yards. We gotta just be patient though. If we put a little too much pressure on him, they're gonna blow out. We'll get spotted. Right now, they don't know we're here. The wind's perfectly in our face. And it seems like they're starting to slow down, like they're gonna bed. Hopefully.
these ditch lines. But he's moving his cows around, doing his thing. He's doing his thing over there, but I just don't know where they're gonna end up. Last thing we want to do is bump them for a decent opportunity.
Is she chilling?
I don't know, I can't see.
This has been a 5-hour stressful ordeal. I know those guys are gonna be tired, but I've been stressed out just watching this exercise go down. They are super close right now.
It's like I feel like we've been at a 4-hour drive-in movie, just watching it all unfold, man. It's been crazy.
Casey hasn't even held my hand.
It's our first date, bro. It's so hard from up here. We're 2 miles away trying to follow these guys. Elk are a lot easier to see than Brian and Trent, but to me it looks like they're right on top of them. But they're probably 80 to 100 yards still. I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen. They've done a really, really good job.
What do you think?
It's gonna be so difficult. There's just no cover back past this, really.
All we've got is just wide open field. The elk stood up. We're trying to belly crawl on them, but this is our only piece of cover. They're still out there about 90 yards. It's not looking great right now. We'll figure something out here.
You look a little nervous there.
Yes, I'm super nervous right now.
This is about to go down, and we're gonna witness it all from this knob.
Careful with the cows. All this time, 7 hours, and coyotes just came in and ran those elk off. Of all the luck.
Go ahead.
Did you get any of the bull leaving?
No.
So just to get you guys updated, Trent did not hit record when the elk were feverishly running from us right now. You didn't miss much other than a giant herd just running the opposite direction from us. We're 3.5 miles into this, and the wind just got crappy, so they bedded in a bad spot too. We're just totally hosed. Totally hosed.
Yeah. They're gone.
So yeah, that was the longest stalk ever. We saw a covey of
Hold on.
Hunts.
He can save the day. Saved it. Kind of worried there for a little bit.
Did you get some running away footage?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good. They still running?
Yeah.
We'll be in Utah by about an hour.
Yeah.
Like I was saying,
Proceed, sir.
Trent was trying to save himself because he forgot to hit record. So the footage you just watched of elk running away is going to be very shaky, very blurry, most likely.
No, I was spot on.
But anyways, yeah, that was a fun stalk. We saw a covey of Huns, saw a pronghorn antelope buck, we saw 2 coyotes. We just never could close the distance. Chasing elk 3.5 miles. They would not bed in a good spot. They finally bedded just about 200 yards from us, but there's not an out. This is the last bush to them. Tried belly crawling in this too, but there's very little wind today, and this was extremely noisy as well. So we just couldn't get it done, guys. But it was a lot of fun. It's not as fun for me compared to like calling them in, like with Trevor's bull yesterday was incredible. But doing like a spot and stalk is definitely different, especially in this low country. Nothing that I've done before myself with any success. But last year, for those of you that have followed our channel, you would have seen Casey kill one in a very similar situation. The only difference is the elk he was bedded going after stayed in their bed. They didn't move. That was kind of the big difference maker, because the wind was very, very consistent in our face for like the first 3 hours, but the last hour it got very unpredictable, and that's ultimately I think what got us. But we're gonna hike back to the truck. We have no water, no food. We left our packs about 3 miles back, so we're gonna go do that, meet up with the other guys, probably grab some lunch, maybe a nap, and then see if we can get Casey on a bull this evening. I think it's his turn now. So thanks for sticking with us, and we hope to have a bull down this evening.
You want to see what a leg looks like after 3 weeks with no shower? Something like that.
Looks gross.
It is gross. And it doesn't come off either.
That's gross.
You need to get in the creek immediately.
Enoch, we're doing face paint. He's ahead of the game.
Did it come off? Trent and I are covered from this morning.
Yeah.
What's going on over here?
I'm going to teach these guys how to do face paint properly. Seeing a lot of improper face paint this year. I got it in my hair already. That's not what I was intending to do.
I'm trying to think of my pattern. I almost want to go like old school.
Old school?
Like Predator.
Eating some chips. I didn't do much but black. Tonight's going to be a real game changer, isn't it?
You don't really need face paint based on the condition of your leg.
I feel a lot of daggers coming into my back. Lots of them. But guess what? Who's there to pack out their elk for them? This guy.
We're not judging.
No judging McJudgerson. Oh, we're going old school.
Oh, it did not work very good. It's like freaking...
Going old school, guys. Reaching back to our roots. Back in 2006, 5, 7. Predator. What you do is you start out with what I like to call the Incredible Hulk. Then you move in. We got Bark Gray. Try to match the hatch here.
That is pretty successful. Dang. So you don't want the shine. Shine is bad.
Bunch of Cinderellas around here. I kind of feel underdressed, I'll tell you that. Holy cow, he looks like Shrek.
You're Shrek with leprosy. Shrek got leprosy.
It's like the Incredible Hulk got some sort of a fungus. This is it. Trying to match the hatch a little bit. We're gonna see if this works well. We're in a bunch of little junipers, or big junipers actually. And so I think green with a little white background for some sage. What do you think, B?
I like it.
We got this.
So tonight finds us in a new canyon. And we are going to be course, glass and all this area up in front of us. And these elk, they'll move around a lot at night and in the evening time. So we're just trying to catch them and be in the right spot at the right time for when they get active. So we'll see how it goes. Right now, what we're doing is we didn't take a picture of the mountain where the bulls went up and bedded this morning, and so now we're all trying to debate which canyon they went in, because once you're over here it looks a little bit different. We don't want to miss one and walk by some elk. As a rule, the elk come down in the evenings and the wind is blowing down, so we kind of need to stage up below these canyons, so as they work their way down we'll have the wind right. So we're trying to make good time and make good decisions. We've been bugling all day, or all evening I should say. We just got a bull to answer. I don't know where it's at. I don't think I'm doubting we can get to it before dark, but we're trying right now. We're doing pulling the old run and gun. Another day is come and gone. We hiked about 2.5 miles this evening through a nice big ridge system. We just heard one bugle about 15 minutes ago and dropped down in. Last chance Hail Mary and nothing, so. A couple more days. Down to the wire, bottom of the ninth kind of story stuff, so. Another day's come and gone. Like and subscribe at the bottom, please. We'd love to hear any feedback that you have, any comments you could leave us, some tips, pointers, just to say hi, shout outs, whatever. We love any and all feedback, and we will get back to you. Thank you so much for following along on this journey with us on the Land of the Free project, and we will see you tomorrow.
Always.
Do you guys know what you're going to talk about?
Nope.
Oh, good.
It's uncut though, right?
Actually, we're going to cut that.
Dang it. The only thing I say is gonna get cut.
All right, guys, we are back with the uncut.
You were just cutting. You were cutting, and it's not. It's uncut, so you don't cut.
We found some special people in a special place today, and we are in Boise, Idaho, of all places. This is the Hush Crew. If everybody doesn't know who they are, they have a small channel on YouTube that they're just starting.
Please subscribe.
And yeah,
Please
please like and subscribe. Their stuff. We're hoping they'll get off the ground in the
We'll
next
put
couple
a
months.
link in the description box, right, guys?
Yep. Yeah, we will.
Subscribe. Watch
Yeah.
our videos.
Does the link even work yet?
It should.
It should.
It's unverified, so
It's
it's
unverified.
Like XYZ65745.
There's no shortcuts.
We're at the at Boise at the XO Christmas party. It's awesome to get the band back together.
So should we talk about where Trevor's at?
Yeah, Trevor is at a Christmas party at the Zone.
Trevor's not here.
Trev, we miss you dearly, and I can't imagine you're having any more fun than we are having, or going to have tonight.
Yeah. Steve,
no fun.
we miss you too, buddy.
Steve, where's Steve? Dude, there was a big
Reno.
response for Steve back in the video.
Yeah,
Yes,
good to have him back.
Steve-O.
It was good to see him. We got a special deal here tonight, and basically we're gonna do a little bit of like the journey through Idaho, right? So yeah, let's just talk about it real quick. Showing up. Let's touch a little bit on weather. Let's touch a little bit on hunting and.
Hunting was a very small portion of it. So we can talk about lunches and breakfasts.
Naps.
Naps.
Dinner was
Dinners were always
dinner was legit.
So if you want to hunt hard,
Porterhouses.
you need good sleep and good food.
good sleep and good
believe in
food.
both.
Yes.
That is a fact. Eric was there for the first 6 days.
Yeah, for 6 days
Something
or
like
so
that?
before I left for my dad's hunt.
During that time, it was actually decent weather, but the bulls weren't that.
Well, while I was there, we had everything from hot, windy, and snow.
It was relatively
all.
windy the whole season out there this year.
And of course, we camped in the wide open with no cover.
Yes.
But
So,
we did
on
make
the
an
ridge,
incredible
where
shelter.
the wind blows.
How about the shelter system?
How about
Yeah,
the
the
shelter
tarp
system?
system that Trent would only let them use about 2 foot of cord on.
Can we talk about the cordage situation?
Dude, cordage is important, man. I mean, if you don't bring your own cordage, there's got to be some consequence
Stuff
there,
doesn't
right?
grow on trees.
There's like
I
a
know
roll of
that.
it this big, and you know we needed a certain amount of cord to
He's
tie
like,
it.
yeah,
And
here's
you'd be
6
just, like,
inches.
hanging
You're like,
on a
you can't
thread
even
to
make
tie
a
the
knot
last
with
knot.
that.
And let's be honest.
He's used to being in the backcountry.
Yeah,
that's for
those
sure.
timber faller fingers are not good with small pieces of cord and knots.
They are not good.
Kind of
no.
struggled there.
But we got it done. We got it done, and it stayed up until it blew over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my canopy.
Ooh,
It's
bad jam.
it's in the
your
landfill
canopy.
now.
It
so-
was his canopy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we cut. All right. So we went through all different kinds of weather.
a minute,
What was there anything that
hold
stood
on.
out? Was there anything that
Did
stood
you
out?
guys just hear this?
Did
Cut?
Trent just did a cut during an uncut?
Dude, I'm getting
Wait a
cut
minute.
signals. I'm getting the actual words cut. This is uncut.
Oh my goodness.
He actually did this, like cut, like wait a minute.
Cut.
You guys will never see that.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
This
you
is
will.
all going to be shown at
Maybe.
some point.
Was there anything that stood out to you guys as far as funny stuff? I mean, did
I
we
think
have any fun at all?
One of the things that stood out to me was the frustration and the learning curve, particularly with Trevor, in the style of hunting.
Yes.
From what he's used to in Oregon, obviously the Roosevelt scene, very
Cat
thick,
road shuffle.
cat
Definitely.
road shuffle,
Definitely.
comparatively to the very vast, expansive juniper rolling hills that we were in. So we kind of went back and forth. I think there was some frustration on Trevor's mind a little bit.
Some
I think he
headbutting.
was frustrated with the way that maybe Casey, Eric, and myself would try to go and approach different scenarios.
One of the things is, from what we experienced with you guys in Oregon, if you heard a bull bugle, even if it was at dark, or you found a fresh rub, you guys are pretty confident that you can go back in there the next day or that day
Jacked up.
and kill that bull. Well, when
Right.
you hear a bull bugle in Idaho, that means that that is where that bull is standing at right now. And tomorrow morning, that bull can be, and a lot of times,
Yeah.
10 miles north. That, I think, for Trevor was frustrating because he's like, oh, there's bulls bugling right by camp. And we're like, yeah, they're right by camp right now. Tomorrow, they're going to be
That's awesome.
in Nevada.
They did move a ton. Yeah. You just watch that, and you could tell that definitely from when it snowed. Remember, we went and we got, well, let's just cut a fresh set of tracks and let's go track them. You know, that's right up our alley. And you can't track them unless you're, Usain Bolt or something. You know, I mean, it
Yeah.
was like, no, it was
I think
crazy.
by the end of it, after Trevor notched his tag and he was happy again, I think he recognized and he made a mention to Casey, like, I'm really starting to understand the strategy side of this is equally or more important than some of the techniques that he thought were going to be effective in that type of country and terrain. So although they are elk, they do the same type of stuff. These particular elk behave much different than the ones we
Yeah,
were
the number
dealing
one
with.
rule is in the evening, the elk are going to head down, and in the morning, the elk are going to head up. And you just got to stick to that.
So you don't just do the bro style and come in like a wrecking ball is what you're telling me.
No, Miley Cyrus has no room in Idaho. Get
Well,
out.
okay, with your idea there, then why right now that you guys just watched me and BMAC belly crawling through the most lowest of low
Well, I
valley
don't-
that there was?
No, yeah.
I'm calling you
I
a
had
liar.
to do, remember, a 3-hour conference call that day?
That was awkward.
And so-
that never got videoed either.
That never got
never
videoed.
got videoed.
Darn it. So I sat on a conference call and watched these guys belly crawl for 3 hours through
I think
the
it was more than that. I
sagebrush.
think
It was a while.
long time.
Yeah, I was only on the call for 3 hours, but I watched you for
There's
5 or 6
spines
hours.
too on the ground in Idaho. They
the
don't
desert.
have that in Oregon.
It's the desert.
Yeah, they're cactus.
the desert.
Real like spiny.
So
Yeah.
for any of you guys that have followed our Hush channel before last year, you will have noticed that in our video, Casey had a very similar type of a hunt unfold when he was spotting and stalking a bull that was bedded in that same kind of flat country. So kind of going into this particular hunt, we were crossing our fingers that we would get that, but obviously what you noticed was the elk in that particular lead cow just would never stop.
Sometimes they do that. The mountains up here, they like to come and feed down here, and this is nothing but flat sagebrush all the way to the next cut. Was that a cut?
Thank you.
Now you're using my arm to cut.
Well, somebody's
So,
got to do it.
Yeah, but so we're thinking the elk, when we've learned this over the years, the elk are going to want to go back up to the mountain. Sometimes they don't want to go to the mountain. Sometimes they just want to go be prairie animals.
So that just shot the heck out of your last statement.
Yeah, well, what?
Help come up.
Yeah,
And the night can come down.
they usually do that, except when they don't.
They were lower. They were lower than that and came up 100 yards. Man, we're cutting that. Cut.
Hey.
I can't cut that. You don't like?
You know?
Yeah.
Cut.
Well, here's the reality, though. We got kind of screwed up not by the elk themselves. It was by
The
some
antelope.
and some coyotes.
Coyotes.
That was in the end that we didn't even we didn't know a lot of that.
Yeah, we didn't realize.
But I think honestly, things that could have been different. So we just touched on also the calling aspect of this whole thing. It was Trevor being stubborn in his ways, these guys being stubborn in their ways. I won't use stubborn. That seems
okay.
really
That's aggressive.
Yeah.
very stubborn.
I never felt-
Yeah, and I'm not trying to shoot arrows at him, but I'm just saying that way when like with Eric's bull, the bull came in to call, so it's got that idea in Trevor and I's mind, like, okay, we got to call these bulls. And then how many times did it not work because we called? It's that whole in-between thing, right? That it's like, Oh, shoulda,
Yeah,
coulda.
that's
Should we have done that?
50, just
Perfect
Yeah.
topic. Elk hunting is an art and not a science.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
agree.
it's a case by case, scenario by scenario. And sometimes you try
Yeah.
to use a certain brush and it doesn't work, and you got to go at a different
Can't
way.
paint the pretty tree.
Right, exactly. No.
No, I agree with you 100%. Calling, if you were to ask any of us how would we prefer to kill an elk, it would be from a bugle too, right?
Sure.
Sometimes though, what we've experienced is not necessarily that it sends the elk running like a lot of people say, oh, I don't even pick up my bugle, they just run away. It just has to be the right scenario and right situation, especially in that terrain, because it is so wide open that, in Oregon, you called the bull into me 6 yards, but that bull had to come to 6 yards to see where that sound was coming from.
Right.
100%.
And in Idaho, where we hunt, those bulls can see where that sound should be coming from
6 miles.
6 miles away.
And that's another tactic that we never used before, was the old
Virginia.
Yeah,
Virginia.
that's what I was going to get to next in the hunt, the sagebrush hunt, the belly crawl and the cactus hunt. Was decoys could have been could have been a game changer in that.
We made it to about 110 yards to the herd, and that bull was on the edge closest to us.
Yeah.
And Trent and I specifically talked to each other, should we call right now?
Yeah.
And we just thought that cow and that group of elk was going to bed down within the next 100 or 200 yards, and unfortunately it didn't happen. So certainly the use of a decoy and
Could've.
a call might have sucked him over,
Could've.
but you never know.
It's still elk hunting, but yeah, that was how we did it, and then they ran away like you saw. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was a good bull too.
That was a nice bull.
Yeah.
I would have been.
I think that bull's still running. We watched that bull, like we said, these guys didn't scare that elk. The coyote scared the pronghorn through the middle of it. And these elk just got up and ran as far as I could see, and I could see 10 miles.
Yeah.
And they just kept going.
And then we had the walk of shame.
That was a long, hot walk of shame.
Yes, it was. That was a long one.
We dropped
That's
our
the
packs.
first time I've ever seen Brian with his shirt off.
Yeah,
It was that hot.
You want to talk hot, ladies?
that did not make
That is
the
a
final cut.
beefy piece of man.
It was too. It was amazing.
All right, guys, so we've got a few more days left in Idaho. What we're going to do right now is hook one of you guys up with an Onyx Elite membership. How you win is...
In 4 words, I want one of you to describe what you think Brian looks like with his shirt off.
Hit that in the comments below, and we'll scroll through.
We will.
We'll let Brian pick.
Yeah, we'll let Brian pick the winner.
Brian's going to be reading these in the mirror with his shirt off, checking if your description matches what he's seeing.
Or you can describe what Trent looks like in his V-neck, very deep V-neck.
Very
collar.
deep.
In 4 words. Your choice, guys. Whatever you want to do.
That's a 10-mile deep
Either
V-neck.
or. Either or. You can do the
Yes.
V-neck, or you can do beef
Brian
sausage
with
over there.
So
Whatever you
hit
guys
the
want to
comment
do there.
section below, and we're gonna pick. We'll pick 2 winners.
like a
How about
Vienna
that?
sausage. I'll do it in 2 words. Vienna sausage.
Little Smokey's already
Little
taken.
Smoky's always.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, wow. This
All
has
right.
been fun.
Go ahead, Cody. I'm sorry.
So we'll pick 2 winners. One for Trent's Deep V, and one for BMAC. Nudity, waist up. So hit the comments down below. We'll give 2 away of the Onyx Elite membership.
Anything you guys want to say?
This got really awkward, guys.
Things really took a turn.
Yeah, people that have been watching this series are going to be like, why did things get so weird when Hush
Yeah.
finally came onto the uncut?
Yes.
Just headed
I
south.
recommended that we have you guys describe the Idaho series in 4 words, and then
it turned
Why?
into
This
this.
is
Somehow I got
Eric's
thrown in.
changed
idea.
over to BMAC with his shirt.
Eric's idea.
I thought that was good.
I like it.
I did too. I think it was
I'm,
solid.
I'm thinking about him with his shirt off right now. And I'm okay with that.
I've been since he got here. Okay, so we're gonna do that for the 2 Onyx memberships, or elite memberships. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all 50 states.
So Eric, your dad's hunt.
The final video for my dad's hunt will go live today.
Perfect. Go guys, go watch that. Go check out the Hush channel. There's a couple other videos on their channel too that you guys should check out. Which would be, what was your favorite video on your channel?
What do bow hunters say when it's slow? With you guys.
That was good. That was good. All right, guys. Anything else?
No, just thank you to everybody for supporting
Yes.
our brothers at Born and Raised.
Yeah, thank you guys so
It has
much.
been so awesome to watch.
Pretty cool moment
This
is
whole thing
when
coming over.
we went
Yeah.
steelhead fishing last spring. You guys have probably seen this on our channel or their channel. The first day we showed up to steelhead fish last March was the day that Trent quit his logger vlogger job, and he's been doing this full time. So thanks for supporting them and watching, and thank you guys.
Yeah,
Merry
and
Christmas.
just
Merry Christmas.
to think about like when all this stuff, not the project, the idea of the project started, but going back to our steelhead trips and just the idea of the
Yeah.
YouTube platform and getting things rolling, like this project, it goes way beyond what you guys could ever imagine.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's so cool. And when I heard about the project, I was like, do you guys know what this is gonna do? This is gonna be the coolest thing in the hunting world.
Thank you.
I really
appreciate that.
really believe that, and I believe that from the beginning. So
Yeah, it's been fun. Thank you.
that's a huge project. So yeah,
It has been a lot of fun.
And
So
we just want to thank the Hush guys for really inspiring us to actually
time.
know that this is possible and really let us take that leap of faith. And it was all on their backs letting us, like, push us into that direction. And without them,
as much as I'm joking about them and their channel, they're the ones that inspired us to actually do this, guys. So that's why it's pretty special to be back with these guys again. And like I said, the band's getting back together. So
It's cool.
Anyway,
it's cool for me
it's
because
been a big inspiration.
the timing of this project launching was pretty crucial, right? I mean, I don't know if many people know kind of the behind the scenes, born and raised of how things were going, but you know, if this project didn't get the support from all of you, Trent most likely would have had to go back to cutting trees for an extended period of time until you could kind of get things going again. So again, like the support that you guys give through comments and through purchasing their merchandise and just supporting the overall channel is it's more than you even really understand, right?
Oh, totally.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah, totally.
And please go follow Brian on MySpace.
And Snapchat.
trying to get him 1,000 followers.
That's gonna be my new thing. I'm gonna get you 1,000 followers on MySpace.
all right, that's it for the Uncut tonight. Thanks again, and we will be back tomorrow, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.